Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, we will explore what LLMs are and how is it different from the fine-tuned models on top of LLM. At the end, I will show you a platform where you can interact with all of these large language models. Let's get started. First, I will explain you what large language models are and what are those which are available right now. Large language models are the computer programs that use artificial intelligence to generate text in response to a given prompt or input. These models are trained on vast amount of text data, allowing them to understand natural language and generate human-like responses. Some of the examples are, as you know already, the OpenAI's GPT-4 model, and then you might also know that with Facebook or Meta AI, there is the llama model. Eleuther AI also provides different language models. As you can see here, their current projects are training LLMs and all these things, and you might have known the Pythia model, which can be used commercially also. So you can fine tune on top of this already existing pre-trained model. I will explain that little bit later. But yeah, you see the idea how different or how many different types of models are there. And here we see Stability AI. Stability AI released the new large language model called Stable LM. If you don't know what Stability AI is, this is the company behind the Stable Diffusion, where we can create images out of text. This is going to be a huge one because this is completely open source and people can utilize this open source large language model to fine tune other different models. Now I will explain what fine tuning is and the models out there which are fine-tuned out of these big large language models. Fine-tuning is a process where you take a pre-trained large language model and train it further on a specific task or domain to improve its performance. By doing this, you can leverage the knowledge and language understanding that the large language model has already learned from its pre-training and fine-tune it for a specific task or use cases. By the way, this Medium article from Sung Kim list of open source fine-tuned large language models. He has created a good article here where there are many lists of open sourced large language models which are fine-tuned. I hope you already see from here. There are Alpaca, Blaze, GPT for all, Chinese Vicuna, Koala, Llama CPP, Vicuna, and all these different things. These are all the models which has been recently released and people are using this a lot. Apart from this, there is also another projects. One is the Dolly from Databricks and the next one is the Open Assistant, that is from Leon AI. So what they have done is also the same thing. Actually, the Dolly they created their own training data from their employees in Databricks and then fine-tuned that into the Pythia model that I just explained you before. And actually Open Assistant also did the same kind of things, but little bit different. They asked the community to create a good training example. You can go to the openassistant.io website and you can also actually help to create the training data, and they fed that into the Pythia as well as the llama model. So then we get the new model out of it. So that is how the fine-tuned model comes up. You have a set of data before and then you create a training data. Once you create the training data, you just supply that to the already existing models because they have millions and billions of parameters. Okay, just to explain you more what I just meant by fine tuning, this is the example of the Stanford alpaca model. So what they have done here is taking the OpenAI's text Da Vinci model 003. They use that to create the training data and fed that into the llamas, Meta's llama 7B model, and the new model is being created. So this is how the fine tuning works. So you use some kind of resources or different ideas to create the training data, and you feed that training data into the already existing pre-trained large language model, and then you get a new model out of it. And the good part of this is that you can fine tune those models based on your use cases. Now let's go and see the platform where you can interact with all of these models. That is Hugging Face. As it says here, AI community building the future. You can build, train and deploy state-of-the-art models powered by the reference open source in machine learning. You can see there are already almost 95,000 stars in GitHub, and you can actually search any models here. If I just click these models here, you can see there are 182,123 models, meaning that whenever something happens, there is already a new model. And there are already data sets which you can work with. This is all open source. The good part of open source is that you can integrate different data sets, you can integrate different models and create a new model out of it, right? That is the beauty of open source projects or large language models. You can just go here, play around and find what are the different models already existing and so on. I hope you find this video helpful and know now the difference between the large language models and the fine-tuned version of the large language models. If yes, please give thumbs up in the video. It helps reach lots of people, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.